Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Branch here, Same Discussions on Strike 7 Sports. In today's video, I want to talk about trade talk, involving the New Orleans Saints. Trade deadline is approaching, which is on October 31st. Halloween is the trade deadline where before you can the trade deadline, when you're no longer allowed to make moves to make your team better, or acquire draft assets, get rid of a salary that you're trying to dump, things like that. That's the day, October 31st. So last night I read a few articles that kind of reference the New Orleans Saints and what possible moves they can make during the trade deadline. And I'm gonna start with the one that stated that who they should trade, like which player could become on that roster could become tradable. And the articles that I'm referencing the stuff from is ProFootballNetwork.com. If I can go back and look at it, research my history, and I'll post those articles in the description box of this video. But so they did a trade candidate for each team in the NFC South, and for the Saints, they identified Zack Baun, linebacker Zack Baun, as a player that the Saints should part ways with and send to somebody else, to another team. Logically, it makes sense to do. Zack Baun is will become a free agent after this season. I think chances are significantly high that he doesn't come back. The Saints don't re-sign him, and I'm pretty sure that Baun wants to play in that role of where he can make I'm not saying he's making an impact with the Saints, but he's clearly not the player that everyone thought he was going to be coming out of college, because at Wisconsin, Baun was utilized as an edge rusher, a pass rusher. He's a linebacker that played pass rusher role. With the Saints, they want him to become like a traditional type of linebacker. You know what I'm saying? And it hasn't, come to fruition. He's had some snaps here with the Saints alongside Demario Davis and Pete Warner, but other than that, man, he's pretty much been playing on the special teams, and he's having an impact with that unit. Done a really good job, but Pro Football Network stated that the Saints should move on from him, to trade him, to somebody, to another team. You know what I'm saying? It depends. You know what I'm saying? The Saints could still use Baun's services, and regardless of what he do on special team, even in certain situations when he plays as a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? So it makes sense. But are you really missing something from Zack Baun, from a special teams player that you was using if you let him walk in free agency? Are you really missing something? People say, well, the thought is that if you have a really good player and you go into tank mode and they're going into a aspiring contract, you should move them while they still have some. You still can get assets from them. The thing is, Zack Baun impact has only been on special teams for the most part during his time in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? So by allowing them to walk, you really don't. To me, allowing them to walk at the end of the season during free agency it's not really a big deal. You know what I'm saying? And what can you get for what type of compensation can you get for Zack Baun? You know what I'm saying? What draft capital can you get? You know what I'm saying? What impact players in return that you're gonna get for a linebacker like Zack Baun? You know what I'm saying? So, logically, it makes sense in theory. In theory, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense to trade Baun, but it also makes sense to hang on to him. You know what I'm saying? That's if the Saints believe that he could be one of those guys you can put behind besides Pete Warner once Demario Davis' time, comes to an end with the black and gold. That's just me. But if you let him walk, I mean, you're not really, to me, it's not really a big deal. So it is what it is. Now, the other article on Pro Football Network talks about every need that a team, needs to upgrade at, every area the team needs to upgrade at during the trade deadline, before the trade deadline. And for the Saints, they have offensive tackle. Yeah, I agree. Offensive tackle is an area where the Saints needs to be better at. But the thing is, which team is going to give up some quality offensive linemen right now? Right now, man, if you look across the league, offensive line play across the board has just been scarce. It's just not been good, really good. It's very rare. There's only a handful of really good offensive lines in the National Football League. Even the ones offensive lines that's, middle of the pack, it's going to be hard for them to, let one of those players go. You know what I'm saying? Because, you really, when you really pay attention to football and how it works in regards to the key contributors to a successful quarterback, the keys to a successful quarterback, that offensive line is vital. And they don't get the credit that they deserve for what they do. Because with a good offensive line, an elite offensive line, and you have a really good quarterback back there, that team can compete for a championship, a playoff berth, a division title. You know what I'm saying? So it's vital. It's vital to have that position properly manned. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if there's going to be any really good offensive linemen out there that the Saints can acquire from a team. Tennessee has a few good players, young players they have on their O-line. Nicholas Petit Frere, NPF, and Peter Skornowski, but he's a rookie. That's a lot of upside. And I know Jordan Schultz said that the Titans were everyone is pretty much available, but I'm more than sure that they want to hang on to their offensive lineman because they're about to install a new quarterback there pretty soon. So I don't think they would part ways with those players, So to me, man, the Saints might be stuck with what they have, man. I don't think they're gonna make a move. They're gonna make them a move, man, for real. Unless they address another position. Now, wide receiver. I think we pretty much set at wide receiver right now, man. Rashid Shaheed, Michael Thomas, Chris Olave. They just need to get on the same page, man, in regards to that, bro. You get on the same page, the sky's the limit, man. And they need to do that soon because time is running out. If they let this thing go off the rails. You know what I'm saying? So they do need a new offense. They do need an upgrade on the offensive line, on the trenches. But I don't know where they're gonna find it at, man, because teams are just not gonna give them offensive linemen, bro. Quality offensive linemen. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where they're gonna find it at. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? You never know with the Saints and Mickey Lewis. So we'll find out how it's gonna play out. All right, that's all I have for y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how you feel. Do you think the Saints will be able to find a quality offensive lineman before the trade deadline? And also, in your opinion, what other positions do you think the Saints should be looking at before the trade deadline. Check out strike7sports.com/Saints Pledge content on the All Saints organization. Have a blessed day. Peace. I'm out.